and welcome to another episode on Marvel Mad. This time it is a Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse review. I'm your host, Duane the Captain Coffee, and today we'll have our review this time, which can be in two parts, because, again, spoilers for all this and that lot, like the fucking film, it's in two parts. So, yeah, the review for this time, we'll have a review this time with Mel, and then we'll have another review with Jason, who saw the film with us. But, yeah, it's basically a review of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. We've got Squirrel Girl Mel with us. You want to say hello?
Hi.
And, yeah, we're just going to talk about what happened in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and our thoughts about it and stuff like that sort of thing. So go on then, Mel. Do you want to have a talk first and see what you thought of it?
I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. And I love all the little Easter eggs in the background. Like, I suggest always going and watching it twice, because the first time you kind of watch the story, the second time you're watching the background rather than the actual story, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But there's loads of little Easter eggs, like in his room, he was playing one of the Spider-Man games. And
Yeah, he was
stuff.
playing the first Spider-Man Sony game, that lot. Which again, you see the actual Insomniac Spider-Man later in the film, don't you, sort of thing.
Yeah. My only disappointment was how they ended it.
Yeah, massively.
It was like the whole film. The only way to explain it without spoiling it for people.
Oh no, we're doing spoilers anyway, Mel. So don't worry about it. Just say it. We're doing spoilers anyway.
The only way I can explain it though is like they've made a massive long film, realised this film's going to be like 4 hours long, and just went, okay, halfway through the film, we'll literally put a chop there. And that's literally, there's not even an ending to the film. It's like,
No.
It's literally, they've chopped, like watching a TV programme, they've literally chopped the end of the episode and gone, right, the next part, followed straight from this is going to be the next part.
Yeah.
And it's like, that it's not even an ending to the film, there's no ending, it's just literally like the film just stopped.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like I said,
You've paused it on your break.
Yeah. I say that's literally how I felt, to be honest. I thought action sequences absolutely brilliant. The animation, like when you see you in the, like Gwen Stacy's world and stuff like that, and you see her on the drums, and you see all like the dark and the sort of stuff. But then you see the lighter side, like all the pastel watercolors sort of thing, when she's being light-hearted and like hugging her dad and that sort of stuff. I say animation-wise, fantastic. Like when you see Spider-Punk and see him like he's like all distorted and I can't remember, like, all punky and grimy and stuff like that sort of thing. Then you got the Spider-Man India.
Pistols, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly that sort of thing. Yeah, and then you see like obviously Spider India as well, sort of thing. How it's got that multicultural part to Spider India and stuff like that sort of thing, which is really good. But then, and it just because like, bang, really good until you get to the end, and then there's that lull bit when he gets sent back to the wrong universe, and obviously you see where Eleanor actually made a bang on prediction. She said about seeing finding another Miles Morales, and then you realise well actually he's supposed to have been the Prowler all along, and that Miles Morales that he finds, which Eleanor said you're going to find another Miles Morales, was actually the Prowler in that universe. So it gets good really up to that point, and then obviously he gets all tied up and locked away, and then that was it. And you just like Spider-Gwen's obviously dotting back and forth trying to build her team up, which is the original gang, and yeah, from the first one, and then that was it. It's just you see him on the rooftop and it's done. I was like,
it was literally like you watched it at home and someone's gone, oh, she's got to go pee, can we pause it? And then paused it, and that was the end.
Yeah.
And it was like
I say, I know.
There's no closure to it.
No. If they'd advertised it saying Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, which apparently that's what the original plan was going to be, like on the merchandise room.
Like, though, that would be a disappointment because it's not even got a closing.
No, but I think
even if you know it's part 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's still no closing to it.
No, but
I feel like they could have just done that a little bit better.
Yeah, but with if they advertised it saying Part 1, it'd a bit more like, okay, right, well, this is gonna be a 2-part thing. How they ended it wouldn't have been so much of a gut punch as it was, sort of thing. Which
Yeah,
I'd have accepted it a bit more if it was a part 1.
I wouldn't, to be honest. I've seen part 1s. I feel like it's just a crap ending. But I would have preferred...
Yeah, but then wouldn't you say that about Infinity War and Endgame there? That's technically a part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, and I get that, but that was fine because they gave an ending to part 1. It weren't just like, oh, I paused the film and gone, oh, fuck it, I can't do no more.
Yeah.
I would rather either they gone and made a little bit of an ending or gave us a 4-hour film.
Yeah.
Either, and pay, like, even if I had to pay a little bit more for that, I would willingly pay a bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's unheard of to have a 4-hour film. You've got Lord of the Rings and all that, like...
Yeah, they're not 4 hours, come on, they're not 4 hours, only about 3, but yeah.
Well, no, because I went to the extended one.
Yeah, but that's extended, that's the extended ones. That's like they added fucking shitloads of everything in that sort of thing.
Even so, some of them are so long.
Yeah.
People will sit through it. It's not even like... You know what I mean? It's not a thing that people would worry.
But like...
You just want the money, and that's what they're after, which is fair enough. Give a decent ending, because I think every review I've seen, everyone's complained about the ending.
Well, no, I've got to admit, the reviews that I've seen, like on TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that, they have said that it's good, it is a good film, but...
It's just the ending.
Just a bit of a letdown sort of thing. They're not really complaining about it, I've seen, but just a bit of a letdown with that sort of thing. But... for the most part, I did really enjoy it, sort of thing. It was a really good film and that sort of thing. Like we'll talk through bits about it and stuff like that. Like the trailer totally threw you off. Like when he's going about on that platform with Spider 2099.
I think it just threw you off.
No, because everybody saw it. Everybody saw the trailer saying, "Don't get me talk about Doctor Strange kid and Nerf 1999 thing." He said that on a platform where he had all them monitors around him, where he showed people the Web of Destiny, basically, and that lot. But that's what he said in the trailer. But then, that line comes into you in the first, 10-15 minutes of the film? And then they're doing it during a fight scene. It's it's a lot less, more impactful, doing it like that, as like that was a proper throwaway line, that was, sort of thing.
But I think that's what it's supposed to be. I
know,
think it's just a nod. It isn't like...
Yeah, I think it was just a nod.
To be a lot more than it is, and it isn't... That's not what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I think people were hoping, like in the Spider-Man movies, you'll get all 3. And I think that's what people were hoping, and it's not the case.
Yeah, but again... They had that reference, and then they had another reference, follow it sort of straight up, when like you said about him playing the Sony PlayStation game on the monitor and that. He says when he's getting like undressed from his Spider-Man gear and that, he's like, "Oh, I'm not your nerdy kid in the chair," sort of thing, or fat kid in the chair, one of the two and that. He says that, and again, that is literally like a line straight plucked out from the MCU Spider-Man.
I think that's supposed to be the point. I think it's to say like they're now working together. It's showing that the solidarity.
Yeah.
And I think people are hoping that meant something more, but it isn't. I think people are taking that too out of context.
Maybe, but
I do feel like the only other thing I was slightly disappointed of, for me, was I liked Spot. You know I liked Spot. I thought he was funny and stuff in parts.
Yeah.
I feel like you was waiting for him to become more of a bad guy than what he did.
No, I think he progressed quite well, to be honest. I did.
I don't know. I don't feel like he's like the most amazing bad guy. Like normally, I would say he's like a lower tier bad guy.
Oh yeah. In the comics, he's a massive lower tier bad guy. But it's quite nice to have an unusual bad guy and elevate him up like that sort of thing, which I think is quite different.
Yeah. I don't think that's the problem. I think you was always... How do I explain it? Like, in the other Spider-Man movies, like, you would have, like, him, and elevate him a bit, but there would also be a really bad, really detrimental thing, and I feel like he just didn't get to that point.
Yeah, well, yeah, not straight away, but I think he does by the end of it, where he's basically.
I don't know.
Oh no, I think he's going to be a lot more menacing that lot, because if you see, like I've seen like stillages of, where he shows you that glimpse into the future to Miles, where it's all black and white and stuff like that sort of thing. If you actually see one of the stillages from that, one of the stop bits is he's high up in the sky, and there's literally hundreds of dead Spider-Men in front of him. Now, you can't say that's not menacing and daunting to think of.
I know, I just feel like there was more they could have done with him. Or...
No, I think they did well, because I didn't think... I thought when you first seen him, I was just going to be a minor bad guy. He'll fob him off at the end, and then like the Spider-Man 2099's actual bad one sort of thing. But you can see where he's coming from. When...
Yeah, I do. I just feel like it was a bit... I don't know. I was always waiting for something else with him.
No, I thought he was alright, to be honest. I thought he progressed pretty well, to be honest. What else do I want to talk about? I've done the references. Done the colour changing. Action was really good. But like I said, there was no lull moments until the end. The end really grated me, sort of thing. I loved seeing all the different Spider-Men sort of thing. Like I said, the Insomniac Spider-Man, obviously the bombastic Spider-Man, you had bleeding the Scarlet Spider-Man. Really I liked, because I weren't expecting to see much of him, and then seeing him be like the helper at the end sort of thing to stop Miles was really quite nice sort of thing, because obviously Spider-Punk went away, and Spider-Punk was really good. Obviously, you had the Insomniac Spider-Man. You had... I cannot think of the name. I'll get Shaney to add it into the thing at the end, where I talk about her in the comic book. In one of the comic corners, I think it was the Spider-Verse one. I can't remember what it was. I think it was just called Spider-Verse. But she was in that. The computer-animated girl.
Yeah.
She was really good, and I quite liked seeing her in it, because that was really nifty. That was something different. That's another Spider Woman or Spider
VR girl.
Yeah. She don't get really talked about much.
Girl,
No, the VR girl. Yeah, she didn't really get talked about much. So it was quite nice seeing her be thrown into it, sort of thing. Obviously, you had the Cowboy Spider-Man, the Slingshot one. That was another one you didn't really get much talking time with. So that was really nice.
I like the Chunky Cat. That was our favourite.
Oh yeah. The Spider Cat and the Spider T-Rex.
And the hockey.
Yeah, the hockey one. Eleanor showed me that, saying she looked in the background and seen that, which again I've never seen before. All the different Spider Women as well, like the black and white suited Spider Woman and stuff like that. They were really nice to see in the background as well, sort of things. That was really good.
One thing you did just remind me of, though, and I don't know if it was me remembering it wrong or not, but the Punk Spider-Man?
Yeah.
When he said, I quit,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure before he went through, he threw his bracelet down.
Yeah.
But then, Gwen goes home, her dad says he leaves her a present, he left her a present, and there's his bracelet.
Yeah, I know.
For Gwen. So how did it get to Gwen if he threw it on the floor?
I think he's... I don't know if he's half-inched on a different one, or he's like made...
He had all the spikes on that he had.
Yeah, no, but he didn't have... but the one that he threw away was just a normal one. If you watch it, he just does throw just a normal one away, so I quit, and he just throws it. It's not actually that same one that she had. Well, that he gives to her.
I don't know if they kind of messed up a little bit there.
I don't know. I'd have to watch it again, but I'm sure he just throws a normal one.
I don't think he does. I'm sure it's his band one that he has that he's all done up.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure if they've kind of messed up a little bit.
But again, I think that's another one that Jason said, that in some of the scenes, 1 minute they're wearing one thing, and then they're wearing something else in a different scene or something, that sort of thing. Jason, when we do the next review, Jason will have to explain that, because I didn't see that myself, but Jason did. So it might be something like that. But I think he just threw a normal one, and then his original one he actually gave to her, and he's got one that he can just jump in whenever he wants, sort of thing. So I'm not too sure about that. But,
I feel like the consistency was a little off, but it was a great movie. I liked it. It's just that ending.
Yeah, I liked as well the live action parts, because like I said, I might not have said it would go into live action at the end, but I told you there were going to have to be live action parts.
No,
I did.
You just. I'm not even having this conversation. You always turn around and go, "I did the best. I did this."
I never said I did the best.
No, you do.
No, look,
go on.
we can go through the predictions.
No.
I've got the predictions written down. What we did. Alright, so I didn't say I did the best. I just said I got some of them right. Anyway.
You got all of them right.
No, I didn't say I got all of them right. I got some of them all right. Like, parts of it. You can go back to you can watch the video. You can have a look. Right, anyway. But I did like the live action parts. And obviously, like, you had Andrew Garfield's flashback to when, I think it was Captain Stacy for him that died. You had Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man flashback, obviously, when Uncle Ben died. You had the live-action Prowler, who was actually the same bloke as the one in Homecoming. Which, again, there's another MCU link. Now, if they're going to actually do a live-action Miles Morales in the MCU with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, that's the bloke that's going to be the Prowler, sort of thing. You ain't seen Miles Morales in MCU yet. But there was a nice hint towards them there as well, sort of thing. You had the shopkeeper girl from the Venom universe talking to the Spot. I think that was brilliant, that bit. She's like, yeah. See this all the time.
It's when Spot sort of turns around and goes, why are you acting like you see this all the time? She just stands there and looks at him like, what's it do?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I've seen things get eaten in my place. So, yeah. But yeah, that was nice, sort of thing. I was surprised that there wasn't a need live-action Tobey Maguire. No. Tom Holland, there we are. I was surprised there was no live action Tom Holland, but again, if they're throwing all these links out to the MCU, I think that'll be maybe the fourth one with a live action Miles Morales or something like that. I'm not too sure, but yeah, they should have. In all, I do think they should have advertised this as a part one. Like, they had merchandise, we went to HMV and they had merchandise of the action figures and stuff like that, with Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. And I didn't know it until after I did some research after this, after the film. And like I said, it was originally going to be called Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. And when I seen the toys, I'm like, why has that got there? That's a bit unusual to have the toys as Part 1, but then the actual film is just Across the Spider-Verse. So it's a bit weird sort of thing. Obviously, there's no end credits as well, but then it comes up with Miles Morales will return. Well, fucking no shit, Sherlock, and I hope he bleeding well because it's his pissing film. So that was a bit of a shitter as well, basically, and which really pissed me off.
I think though everyone's got too used to the stuff at the end.
Oh yeah. It's nice to not have them, but. I don't know, just something daft like that. Oh yeah, no, that's what they say in Scream 6. I know. But I know, it just if you're not going to do a post-credit scene, you don't need to do that bit then.
Yeah.
Like Miles Morales will return. There's no need for it. My opinion. But yeah, that's basically our thoughts on it, sort of thing. I say Eleanor got one of the predictions bang on about me and the Miles Morales and that all sort of thing. Me and Mel got them some right and that lot. We did knacker up on some others and that lot, but we got some right. But yeah, that's our thoughts on Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. All in all, a good film. Just the ending let it down massively. Like Jason said, he'll probably explain it a bit more in his review of it as well. But you probably could have added an extra half hour to the film, have a big fight sequence, and that was it. That you could have literally finished the film like that. But now they're going to drag it out into another film, and it probably will be really good. But it's just going to leave a sour taste in my mouth, sort of thing. But yeah, that's our thoughts about the film and that sort of thing. You like to say anything else, Mel?
No.
No. Alright, yeah, I'll say thank you very much for joining us. Keep your eyes out on the channel. Again, we'll have some more quizzes hopefully and some more reviews. So I think I'm near the end of Midnight Suns. So yeah, the Midnight Suns game coming out soon, reviewing soon. Obviously, we're going to do a review, reactions of the trailer for the new Spider-Man Sony PS2 game, PS4 game, PS5 game for Spider-Man 2. which looks really good.
Went for a PS there, didn't you?
Shut up, yes. But yeah, reactions to that, and obviously Jason's thoughts about the film as well. But yes, I'd just like to say thank you very much. And again, we'll see you next time. Another episode of Marvel Mad. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Say bye-bye, Mel.
Bye.